everybody. Today's Monday. That means it's time for family movie night. And this week we're continuing on my Disney Scares month, and we're talking about the 2003 film, The Haunted Mansion.
Hey, I'd really rather stay on the ground. Can I stay on the ground, please?
Dark spirits from the grave, come forth.
Don't you make no dark spirits come out while I'm sitting there. Wait till I leave before the dark spirits come out.
The Haunted Mansion.
This is based on the classic ride at Disneyland, obviously called The Haunted Mansion. It's one of the favorites of the park, and it stars Eddie Murphy. And this movie is a little bit frustrating because I think it has so many good pieces, but it's one of those cases where they just forgot to work on the script, and yet there's so much great attention to detail and so many other good things about it that it's kind of frustrating. It's sort of, there's like outright bad movies, but I think sometimes the most frustrating movies of all are ones that have so much potential and they forget something like the script, which is, it feels like that should be number one, and then all these other details should be the secondary. Eddie Murphy, I think, is very miscast in this movie. Because the script is really not funny at all. I think somebody that maybe had a little bit of wit but wasn't a outright comedian, I think would have been way better, because you don't really buy Eddie Murphy as this sort of ruthless real estate agent, and he doesn't really have, like, most of his character development is dramatic, actually, and there really is nothing funny in this script. I didn't laugh one time, and it's just sort of awkward, and like he's kind of a jerk for too much of the movie, and so she just feels like not a good fit for this film. But the good parts about the movie is the atmosphere. They do such a good job with creating the Haunted Mansion, and there are so many nods to the classic ride that you'll see if you're familiar. The grim grinning ghosts, and the bride dance, the dancing scene at the ballroom of the Haunted Mansion ride is all in there. The scene at the dinner table is all in there. Just a whole bunch of little Easter eggs for the ride. And I really enjoyed that. And they have the Rick Baker kind of creature designs, the makeup and the different things for the various ghosts, and I think that all worked really well. I also liked the core romance in the story that goes back to, it's kind of what they tried to do with the new Beauty and the Beast, kind of a little bit, but I think this worked much better, and it kind of reminded me of something from Once Upon a Time, or that kind of show. I felt the sort of backstory of this romance, and that Eddie Murphy's wife happens to look exactly like this lady from the past that was the love of the head of this house. That was his love, and all of that. I actually liked that. I thought that was good. And Terrence Stamp plays this butler, and he was pretty good. He was pretty creepy. You have Wallace Shawn in here, who is always great. Whole sort of back and forth between Eddie Murphy and his wife. I didn't really love that, and him being sort of a workaholic. That was a little dry for me, but I loved the makeup. I loved the way they did the special effects was really fun. And there's definitely some like spooky parts, but nothing that would be too scary for kids. I really liked Jennifer Tilly as Madame Leota, who's also from the ride. and she's the whole time you just see her in the crystal ball basically. And it was fun. You had a little Easter egg for the Dapper Dans were there from Disneyland. That was really fun. The music I really enjoyed in the movie. It's only 86 minutes, so it's not a very long movie. And so I think it's pretty enjoyable. It's almost more like a TV movie. And if it was one of these Disney Channel TV movies, I think I would probably be a little more forgiving of some of the problems with the script, because, you know, there's just different expectations for a TV movie versus a feature film. But I don't know. I just feel like it had all of these good pieces. And I think having Eddie Murphy there, you really expect to have some laughs. And there was just nothing funny about it. It was just all played for sincerity. And I think that was a mistake. So yeah, in the few times they attempted humor, it didn't really land for me. And so it was more just kind of a innocuous, scary movie for kids, but not as good as I think it could have been. But it's still harmless, and I love all of the nods to the ride, and all of the production design, and that all of that stuff was strong enough, and the romance, that to me it's worth a recommendation. Anyway, that's sort of my thoughts on the Haunted Mansion. What did you think about this movie? Is it one that you like, you have fun memories of? I would love to hear your thoughts, and we'll look forward to next week with Disney Scares Month continuing. Thanks so much, and I will talk to you later. Bye!